Hey everybody, I'm back. Felt a bit winded after that last boss battle, but I'm good. Let's move on with the show. Jackrabbit Episode A. When crisis strikes, you will not be able to run it on your computer. Because if you would, you are from the future, obviously. When such things are trivial as saying, can Doom run on a sandwich? Well, can Doom run on a sandwich? I need to know. It's for modern science only. I mean, if I could run Linux on a potato, I should be able to play Doom on a sandwich. That's what I'm saying, okay? Very good.
Time to go hard or go home. This shit's out of this world. Oh boy. Get out of the world.
I'm not even sure what... there's definitely going to be some themes going here, but yeah, these are somewhere in between, you know, maybe 3 and 6 or something like that, okay? Somewhere in there, they happened. Exoticus. It's exotic, alright? Yeah, that's essentially it. I guess Exoticus takes place in Africa? Yeah, sure. Whatever you want to say to me. We'll emphasize more TNTs in this episode since they just were unloved, you know. Dun 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 dun. Episode A. Ridiculous. You couldn't call it 7, 8, or 9? Whatever. It's fine. Time to blast you from the past, you. It come way too fast, you. Well, we've got some, whatever those things are. Some crows in Africa? I don't know. Maybe they hang around the elephants that they can fly with their ears. Yeah, can fly with your ears? That's crazy. You think that's crazy? You should try retelling the story in live action. Since none of that holds up in a modern audience, it's like, oh, right. Yeah. Indeed. Especially the pink elephant scene, if they try to redo that. It's like, you must know that's a metaphor for alcoholism, correct? You know? Maybe these things should not be, made. But I've got to keep the IP no matter how crap my creation is. Just because I can hold on to my money, it's just like, yeah, cool. Even worse is when they actually started doing 3D stuff. They just dumped off Pixar. It's like, nope, we can do this. And Pixar's like, oh man, we're Pixar though. We get to do stuff. And without Disney influence, the people how they faltered a little bit. And I was like, yeah, maybe with the little dinosaur. But I mean, there's a simple answer for that. It wasn't intended for me, or rather, it was intended for people who read children's books. I'm talking about the ones that are like 30 pages. They're all pictures with one sentence per page kind of book, you know? Hell, even Shrek was based on a book, so that makes me wonder if there was ever a movie about the Stinky Cheese Man. You never heard of the Stinky Cheese Man? It's great. It's pretty much a subversion of most fairy tales you are probably aware of. Most of them. I think there's even a Princess and the Pea parody. That seems like it'd be hard to do. Not much to work with there. Just a princess sitting on a mattress with peas.
Peas and respect. That is what it takes to become princess. A single pea.
Are you sensitive? You win. Indeed. Victorian pissing contests. That's what weddings are built off of, you know? It's like, I know, my love will be evidenced by how much gold I have. Of course. Who knew that the whole wedding enterprise was about money? Wow. Heck, even funerals about money, and that's even weirder, honestly. It's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get like... It's like, I'm gonna get the latest coffin model. It rusts in 1,000,000 years as opposed to the last one, which took only 900,000 years. That's improvement. We've tested it. And look, we put some perfume in my coffin. Now I'm gonna smell great in the afterlife. Thanks. I mean, respect the dead and all, but what good is a fancy coffin going to be to them if you can't do anything for them anymore? There's nothing anyone can do. You're gone. Finite. Settle. Nada. Zilch. You ain't there. Where are these blocks? This purple, yellow hills. And blue. Wait a minute, I thought those are pills and not hills. But we have to make the music video somehow. Going up this sky. Gotta jump pad it up. Get that orange shield of shieldy goodness. Glad I got that. Best shield ever. Saves my ass so many times. I don't even know it sometimes when something touches my ass and it's saved. It's like I should have been paying attention. Man, would be a shame if there were something I could do about that, which was TNT them, because I don't want to bother jumping and aiming off this platform. So, this is basically the lazy man's weapon. Awesome. I can't be bothered to shoot. Can't you just explode in a fiery way? And also, I think there wasn't a point to going up. Oh, wait. Out here. Out here, dude! Look at the guy skidding back and forth, thinking he's so cool. Because maybe he is cool. Cooler than you. Alright. Bird on bird action. Reminds me of Squawks versus Screech. Except Screech died. Oh. Why do you still use that joke, Gaming Will? Stop it! Look. If his name's a pun, what do you want me to do? Not use it? Yes. Man. Wish I could be touched by such things. No, a bit of a gallows humor, really. You've heard of gallows humor, right? Just to ease the pain of reality, essentially. Making light of the worst parts of reality. That's what it is. You know, it's not to be disrespectful, anyway. Yeah, there's some people who's... Some cultures, funerals are meant to be like a happy occasion. You know, if they had a happy life, that is, you know. Like, if someone dies at old age, you get a happy funeral. Yeah, I think the mood of the funeral should have something to do with how that person passed away. So if it's just like, yeah, he lived to be like 120, you're just like, okay, alright, you did it. Let's celebrate. Can't do better than that. Whereas if you die like in your 30s, and someone does a funeral, that's going to be really sad. Because it's like, you didn't even get it halfway. And, you know, if it's a disease, you can at least be comfortable knowing there's probably nothing going to be done. But if it's something like a murder, just like, that becomes less of a sad funeral, more of a, this is a funeral of anger. You've made the people angry. Angry funeral is angry. Indeed. Shoot this turtle from side to side. Do the Mario. Whoa. Wait, I have TNT. Let's be lazy once more. Because this is Lazy Town. And the whole point is to, like, make it not lazy. So if we succeed, we no longer have a show. Oh no, it's the Gilligan's Island principle. Directly at work. Yeah, I kinda want that one-up opportunity. I'm gonna go for it, baby. Let me have that shit. Gotta have it. Give it to me. Give it to my family. Give it to my friends. Give it to my rear ends. Give it to me, baby. Do. I did it. I did it, you guys. Yeah. Oh, welcome to Industrious. It's an industrial sector. Basically, or more specifically, it's an urban planet. Excellent. Which has industry in it. Awesome. Welcome to New York City, I guess. Anyway, there's a secret level not too far from now. I'm gonna want it. These enemies are the worst. Wow. They shoot giant lasers like, go ahead, try to get away from me now. Ha ha ha. Damn it. It's okay though, I have a single carrot. My HP is made of carrot. Kakarot? Are you made of... See, now I know why he turns gold, because he's a 24 Kakarot. Ha! Alright. I don't think I should lead with that joke on any kind of routine. Oh boy, Epic has now become the Coca-Cola. It is Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman had a hand in Jackrabbit, Nito Mosquito. And that's it. You don't even, you just go there. You don't hit a sign, you just go. Epic Pinball Arcade. Oh wait, that's an ad for their pinball games. Alright, neat. You know, the pinball games are pretty good. Best pinball DOS games, really. Maybe the exception is that one Duke Nukem one, which I don't think counts as a DOS game. Maybe it does. But, yeah, Epic Pinball is pretty sweet. Not to say I'm actually good at pinball. I never was. Rather, I keep it up, but it's just like, keeping going for it and just aiming the ball purposely. Nah. Oh, well. Although, to me, the pinball was the first type of video game that wasn't a video game that I've tried, so... Pinball machines hold a place in my heart. Especially when, there were certain machines in which they were just doing a little revival at the time I was a kid, which was, you know, you had Twilight Zone pinball machine, ooh. They have a Star Trek Next Generation machine? I bet they did. I think they did. But I remembered something, and I remembered what my favorite one was. And it turns out Midway had a hand in this, which makes a lot of sense considering their music choices. Not to mention their references to Mortal Kombat, and it's like, yeah, this is Midway. And, but yeah, it's basically like, you know, something akin to Mars Attacks, right? But here's the stinger there. So, I think I played this, it was, it's either David Buster's game, or, no, was that Caesar's Palace, I think? Yeah, I was at Caesar's Palace. And this is between this and, you know, playing, you know, a gauntlet game. Which I thought was kick butt. But yeah, this was a, it was like a 3D pinball game. Let me explain what I mean. Because obviously pinballs, you experience them in the third dimension. What I mean is, it would have these holograms instead of a screen for displaying the messages and whatever's happening and stuff. Which is really interesting. And you could especially notice it when the aliens are performing experiments on, like, livestock. It's like, uh-oh, that cow is huge, you know. Or whatever. And you can see that on holograms, like, oh, neat. I think there's some footage of it. But, yeah. If you're trying to emulate a pinball, good the heck luck. I hear there is pinball emulation, though. But the thing is, you could just get the monitor stuff emulated. To actually do the rest of it, you kind of have to figure out how to emulate real-life physics. So you're better off with who's tried making those recreations, or at least tried to. So, yeah. So in the case of, what I'm trying to get to the point is, in the case of Epic Pinball, you know, they weren't based on real pinball machines, so just used its own pinball logic that would make sense for you to play with it. That's why I feel like the control is good. As opposed to a video game trying to be a pinball machine that already exists, which is more difficult. If you just let it be its own thing, it's fine. So Super Mario Pinball, okay. Sonic's Pinball, fine. Metroid Pinball, also Metroid Prime Pinball, yeah, fine. And Pokemon Pinball, fine. And that NES Pinball, also fine. When you try to make it more reflect like an actual pinball machine, I think that's when you get into trouble. Especially recreating the tilt mechanism, which is only created to prevent cheating by just tilting the machine over, obviously. That's why there's a tilt warning, duh. Do. Wait a minute, don't I have dynamite? Just use the oh wait, I can actually just go right over there, never mind. What's that say? One must fall pay-per-view. Oh, sweet. It's like WrestleMania. You better buy that Gravis gamepad. Even though we're episode A, when you should know better.
This freaking tank. Because this tank got what I got. It's got nothing. Nothing! It's only got a gun. A gun full of lacks of hopes and lacks of dreams. And like those lacks of dream hopes, I drope my hemes Rashid.
I should have named that one character I had to Rashid. That'd work better. Oh well. Oh well. The deed is done. Lamezoids. It's okay. So you're a real freakazoid. I was just like, why did you have a Star Trek episode where they traveled to the 1990s while the 1990s was still happening, you fool? Those nutsos. Oh, yeah. Where's my TNT? I don't have the TNT! Oh no, I was gonna like blow up the shield from the other side, the wall. Oh man. You know what that turtle looks like? It looks like a Tower of Hanoi. You know what a Tower of Hanoi thing? It's that puzzle where you have like these rings. Right? And so it goes bigger to smaller from bottom to top. And then your goal is to do that to the other side by taking the top one off first, putting it on the bottom of that side, and then just moving it around until they make sense. Until you've stacked it properly on the right side, I mean. But you can do. I've done it. It's not that hard. Although bonus points if you manage to do it with like 3 towers. Like, I think you're meant to do it with 3 towers, so never mind. Yeah. The way I was thinking, yeah, right. Could probably do it in my head if I knew how many rings we were talking about here. I mean, obviously 3 rings is pretty much nothing in Towers of Hanoi. You want something more like 6. Do.
Towers of Hanoi, the Cube of Rubik. What else? Did you know they tried to make an A's cartoon about Rubik's Cube?
It's pretty bad. So no, do not watch. I mean, I know people like Rubik's Cube, but come on. Oh, this is... I have to wait for my ride to come up or just do a leap of faith jump? This is not good. I might just have to take the death. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Alright, I found one other glitch. If you just jump fast enough while you're landing the spikes, you don't have time to get hit by them. Somehow! See, it's hard to tell for me to know if that means my game's corrupt or not. I don't think it is! This is bad. This is really bad. Somehow I'm still alive. Oh, now I die when I go into the side. Oh yeah, sure. Do. Gotta shoot you in the head. If you go over to the side and you get invincible and you play that new jack swing in the big band and the jazz Jackrabbit if you want to play jazz. Yo, what's up? It's Jazz Jackrabbit in the house. Here to tell you about Industrious. You know, this planet kind of sucks my ding-dongs. And it doesn't need to, but it does. Alright, looks like I have a little more leeway as to what to do this time. But landing on that one on the way up that goes left is going to be a bit of a pain. Okay. Alright. I think we're good. That was a silly part of the level to make. Why'd you do that, game?
Time to wait here. Gotta go
pause myself. And now there's gonna be a bunch of these guys just in a row. That's some epic cola, guys. No? Alright, cool.
have some shield porridge for my shield brothers and shield sisters.
Yeah, it's just like a Super Nintendo controller. Well, you can shove it in your PC, and it wasn't a USB cord yet. Wow, whoa. What is this technology? But since this is DOSBox, I instead hooked up a 360 controller clone. I exclusively use 360 controller clones now. I tried using a PS4 controller one time, and bad things happened. Time for Muck Amuck. I wonder what this is about. So this is the poison planet. It's made of poison. Music's cool too. And you got these crazy frogs that are totally not going to sing about anything. there's not gummy bears singing about a gummy bear either, before you ask. Wow, you've heard of the red sky season. How about the green sky season? Oh my god, the sky is green! We gotta get off this planet! We can't breathe here for very long. Wait till you meet the boss, by the way. Oh god. The punchline will be after I beat the boss, so hang on to that. This is slightly annoying. Also, don't worry about those pain sounds. That's just me getting squished against the ground and it accounting for that. Since, as far as I know, you cannot get stuck in the walls. That's really good, because that's something I'm able to do while playing actual Sonic games, and that's not good. I'm not even trying. Sometimes I just get Sonic stuck into a wall and just wait until my life runs out. It's really bad. Here comes the frogs that go side to side, up into the sky. Hear those trees that vaguely remind me of Super Mario Brothers. The ovular tree of my dreams.
Don't let your trees be trees.
Let them breathe. Give them the carbon dioxide they crave.
You have so much of it.
It's simple. You breathe carbon dioxide in the tree's face, and the tree breathes oxygen back at you. And then you go back and forth. Live in harmony with your plant brothers and plant sisters. Live with your plants! Actually, I would like more plants around the house, but if you have cats, they just want to eat the plants, so that doesn't really work. A shame, really. I would like having more plants. Well, we can just stick with having them outside. I just know we can have them inside. You know? So, I guess it's fortunate we made sure our cats were indoors. I did have an outdoors cat once. It would leave for like a few days at a time and come back and be like, yo, where you been? Where you been, man? And he's been like fighting other cats in the wilderness. It's like, what the hell? This cat's a badass. Yeah, it's the kind of cat that brings you a dead bird. It's just like, here's your gift, human. I bring this to you as an offering. It's like, wow. That cat was mean, by the way. I don't think I've met a meaner cat in my life. Great, now I'm getting teary-eyed, reminiscing about old pets. I hate that! Time to get some toasters into my coasters so that I can give them the benefit. You know, my coaster is a Lieutenant Worf thing. That's what my mouse is on right now. Haha. I also have this other coaster, so I have two coasters, one for each thing. And this coaster that the mic is on is the, I guess it's some trees in Asia somewhere. How do I know that? Because I'm pretty sure I ordered it from Japan, that's how I know. Yeah, and they gave it to me directly from Japan. I'm like, sweet. My first piece of Japanese memorabilia. When I wasn't really even trying. I just thought it looked neat. And I thought to myself, yeah, I guess I just like how Japanese trees look. And I'm not talking like cherry blossoms either, but those look neat too. Obviously. But, yeah. Also, it may have been Korea instead, which is completely possible. Which, by the way, I want to make a plea for DOS gamers out there. Can we get someone who knows a lot about Korean DOS games and the Korean language? Because this is an untapped market where someone could be translating Korean games for the English audience. Or something, just trying to explain it. Because there's a lot of interesting Korean DOS games out there, and it'd be a shame for them to get lost to the annals of time. And, you know, translating people languages is not really my thing. I translate computers, you know? So, anything you could do to help would be cool. Although, I think I have... Actually, no, I have a super idea. you know, on phones where you can now like have something like Google Translate, for instance, do the translation live as it's looking at text on the screen. I think I might be able to just put that up to DOSBox while I'm playing a Korean game and try to figure out that way. I should just do that. And then when I do it, and then I look and do the recording, I'd be like, how did he know what's going on? And I'd be like, I just had a feeling. No, but good idea. Of course, then I have to figure out which one I want to play. I remember someone making a suggestion I play Zyklon, and turns out that game is really hard. And also, there's 2 different versions of it that are widely different experiences that are also really hard. I think I found someone that actually beat that game on the YouTube, so I don't actually need to do it, but wow. Go watch it for yourself. It's incredible. Not to mention there's a whole Castlevania reference in there. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm talking like the old school Castlevania, not the new school. You know, no Metroidvania-ing there. There is a Metroid-like game for DOS, though, now that I mention it. I don't think it was ever really complete though, but, you know, I could do it for this show, probably. I don't see how you can 100% it. That's the thing with that game, so... Just hard to tell what gives you 100 and what doesn't. Gotta give it 100%. Gotta get the floppy disks. Gotta tell you who mucks amuck. What is Among Us all about? I don't know. Look, I don't want to talk about trends, but that trend's only weird in that things like that already existed, and I was well aware of them. Same with Minecraft. I knew about Infinite Miner. Same with Angry Birds. I knew about Crystal Castle. All that kind of stuff. So the stuff that got trendy were just rehash the stuff I already knew and already liked. I'm just like, that's what got me put off. It's not that it was, I guess, yes, it was popular, but usually I don't mind it so much when it's not something I care about. When it's something that's related to something I care about and the other one gets left in the dust, then I'm like, it's right here! It still functions! What are you doing? I don't know. Well, Infinite Miner got the last laugh because they weren't purchased by Microsoft. So maybe they can just be themselves. If I keep firing, I won't get hit. Jesus can't get seen if everybody's dead. Haha. Do. Gotta get the trees. Gotta get the fleece. What the freaking freak? Freak is always back. Get ready for the best in the land. The best land that you know about. Ha 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 ha. Ba-da-ba-da-boop-bop. Is this the only enemy type we get for this level? It's just these wacky dancing frogs? I mean, alright. Maybe it's like an acid poison swamp plant. There we go. That's probably it. Poison swamp. Makes enough sense to me. Do-do-do-do-do. I wish I could understand where the ideas for this music came from, because they're also good. And it also feels like anytime someone ever makes music or an artwork, I always feel like human creation is procedurally generated. I know that sounds weird, but that's kind of how I see things sometimes. Like, what if human life is just a procedural generation and the seed was the Big Bang? It's like, whoa, stop, you're thinking too hard! It's like, yeah, you're right. This part's annoying with these platforms in particular, because some of them are overrunning other ones, and then it's just dropping me off when I don't want it to, and then, you know, it's not pleasant. But if I jump off at a certain point, I'm guaranteed to make it across, so I just gotta get that sweet spot without having to try to write all of these, because it don't work! This is a fun little idea. Someone tried to recreate all the Jazz Jackrabbit 1 stages for Jazz Jackrabbit 2. That should be interesting. Don't try to do it in reverse before anyone asks. I mean, maybe you could, but I wouldn't recommend it. Gotta get it up. Gotta go to your face. kind of looks like a banana. It's just a piece of ground that's moving back and forth, and it isn't a springboard. So what's going on? Do the wacky frog dance. Do it. Do it now. Yeah, the wacky frog dance is so wacky. Wacky frog dance. Yeah. What are we dancing about? We did too many drugs one time. Yeah, dance. What the hell, guys? This cost me an arm and a leg. There we go. No more of that. Now for the punchline. Oh boy. Take a look at this boss carefully. Go ahead. Make my day. Also, it's easy enough, so you might blink and miss it. Take a close look. Does that remind you of somebody? It should remind you of 3 somebodies at least. It's definitely a pastiche, and you know it. You know what I find funnier is that not only does it look like Sonic, I think it has one of Tails' tails on it. So basically it looks like Jackrabbit's console competitors, and he put them in games like something Epic would do. Oh man. Right on! After blazing a trail of destruction through Exoticus and doing some serious damage to Industrials, Jazz cleaned up Muck-a-Muck and taught Zunic a lesson. Zunic, aka someone mashed Zool and Sonic together and gave him Mario's overalls. Yeah, piece of cake! Yeah! On to more mayhem. Now Jazz speeds off to loony locations unknown. Time to rock and roll! TQ, the theme song. That's not the theme song. Mark is a stain on my perfect record. Curse you, Mark, and your marketed ways of being a mark. No one likes you, Mark.